Alright everybody, hello and welcome as always. I am Sean. This is In The Mix as we continue our Hashtag United series in Football Manager 2019. Crushed that introduction. I've been struggling for the last couple of episodes, but we got that one through. We are back a little bit earlier than we initially anticipated at the end of the last episode because something fantastic has happened that I want to show you in this episode. Since the last one where we played, Waltham Abbey lost 2-1 in the Alan Turvey Trophy. We beat Hythe 2-1 in a fantastic game. Followed that up with a 2-1 victory against Wingate and Finchley. Ricky Evans put us ahead early on. They equalised through Ethan Fremantle after an hour, and then Charlie Morley with the eventual winner in the 84th minute. A really good performance. Ricky Evans played well. Charlie Morley played well. Shashua played well. He's having a fantastic season. We then followed that up with a 1-0 defeat to Sittingbourne. They got a pretty decent goal. Like, we're conceding a lot from the top of the box, these long-range strikes, which I have seen people complaining about a little bit across Twitter and whatever else. I've tried to push our line of engagement up a little bit higher, and hopefully that will resolve the issue. If we're willing to attack those men a little bit higher up the pitch, we'll concede less long-range strikes and everything will be fine. But then we had an absolutely fantastic performance. We brought some of the younger players back in, Ryan George, Murphy Cooper, Scott Pollock back into the side, and had probably our best performance so far this season, a 4-0 victory against Chipstead in the Build-Base FA Trophy. Harry Honesty with the double, Lee Hersett with the penalty, and Charlie Morley went 4-0 up inside the first half. Second half, we had just as many chances. We just didn't convert as well as we did, which, of course, led to a preliminary round fixture. There were teams from all different divisions in that competition, in those buckets. We could have pulled anyone, but we've pulled out Haringey Borough, or Haringey Borough. I'm not sure how you pronounce it actually, but they are notable for being the club we ground share with at Coles Park Stadium. So it's the very first ever Coles Park derby, and I could not show you that game in this episode. So we're going to play our game against Three Bridges, and then we're also going to come back and play the game against Haringey Borough in this episode, which is going to be absolutely fantastic. Not much in terms of squad news. Everybody is now on part-time contracts, which we have been aware of for a while. That unfortunately means we are £774 over our wage budget, which isn't great. So now that everyone's locked into contracts, the big thing I need to do is start getting these guys that are on £300, £200 a week down to about £100 so that we get back under that wage budget. It's pretty easy. If I can get Charlie Morley, Farai Singano, Andy Cade Watts to all take £100 pay cuts, and then a couple of these other guys to take, 20 or 40 here and there, I can get us down pretty quickly. And I'm fairly certain guys like Kane Brougham, Ricky Evans, Ross Gleed, like those kind of half backup players that I'm paying £100 a week, I'm pretty sure I can get them down to 50 as well. So I think it can be done. I think I can get this squad within our existing wage budget, but because they all signed new contracts only a couple of months ago, they're not willing to talk about it now, which is a bit of a bummer. As is tradition, we are going to offer Matt Carter his now customary trial at the start of the episode. Still don't think he's going to want to come, but we're going to keep trying every single episode that we do until we get him. But enough from me, let's jump straight into the game today. Alright, so looking at our lineup, we're going to go with Cooper in goal, Humphrey and George as the fullbacks, Stamp and Singano at centre-back, Hersett and Pollock Lanka midfield with Shashura at the 10, Honesty on the left wing, Morley on the right, Richmond up top with a bench of Andy Cade Watts, Ross Gleed, Ricky Evans, Ryan Adams and Daniel Adjie. So this is kind of our youthful lineup. They won 4-0 last time we played them. We might as well give them another run against Three Bridges today. I'm not even going to worry about going through the Three Bridges team. They're 18th in the division. I'm too excited about the derby that we've got coming up, so I kind of want to get through this game as quickly as we can. Go out there and carry straight on from where you finished the last match, and let's see if that's enough incentive for everybody to carry on our fantastic form and hopefully get Tash and Richmond and Harry Honesty and Charlie Morley amongst the goals today. Alright, first highlight of the match, brought down now by Pollock, out towards Charlie Morley on the right. Do we have a counter-attack coming through here? Great run here from Charlie Morley. Strikes from distance. He probably could have looked to play Harry Honesty or Tash and Richmond in, but what a run that was, 30 yards at least. Things still super tight across the division, you can see, even though we are still drawing this game and should hopefully take a lead shortly. We can finish the day anywhere between first position and all the way down in 10th spot if we lose. So super tight, still 7 or 8 games in the season, a lot of different teams kind of chopping and changing each week. I think we came into this game in 4th spot, but that's more than likely because other teams have played ahead of us rather than a reflection of how we're travelling. We did lose against Sittingbourne, which was a bummer, but otherwise we've been good. Morley now's gotten in behind. Can he find the finish? That's a fantastic finish from Charlie Morley, his 4th goal of the season. If we can turn him into a 20-goal-a-season player, he's going to be absolutely fantastic for us, not just this season, but in the next couple of divisions as well. I think he's one of the few that would probably be more than comfortable playing at like a Vanarama North or South level even. In off the post, always makes it look good, and we go a goal to good in the 26th minute. So we've used our demand more shout, and most players have responded positively to it, which is good to see. Greenwich Borough are currently sitting top. We move up to 2nd spot against them by way of goal difference. They are playing, we've got a highlight here, Shashua to take a corner, deep one towards Tashane Richmond, and all he had to do was really get that one on target, but it's just wide at the far post. Greenwich Borough are playing Herne Bay today, who are currently sitting in 6th. So 0-0 at the moment. Very realistic that one of those teams might leapfrog the other. If Herne Bay wins, they'll go above Greenwich Borough. If Greenwich Borough wins, they will move up to 18 points and outright top spot. McCree now to take a goal kick. It's a long one forward. Good win from Lee Hursett there. Falls to Tashane Richmond. Played out left to Harry Honesty. We need to get bodies in the box now. Deep ball across towards Charlie Morley. It's cleared, but only as far as Scott Pollock. Into Shashua. Pollock again. Hursett now with the ball. Back to Pollock. Just need to retain possession. Goes all the way back to Singano. To George. To Singano again. Long crossfield switch towards Harry Honesty. He's brought it down tremendously well. Cut it back for Shashua. Can he find the finish? It's just wide, but decent play. Singano with that raking crossfield switch. Hursett with the ball now. Switched out to Hanfrey, who's lost it to Caulfield. We need to close down this counter-attack. King coming forward now. We do have bodies there. We just need to stand him up. Inside to Caulfield. Crossfield switch to Bryant, and thankfully his strike is not on goal. He got a hold of it, though. It was absolutely flying. If he had got that on target, we'd have been in a bit of trouble. I think too many men on the transition get dragged into the counter-attack. Get dragged into the press rather than dropping off. Pollock wins the header there, but it falls back to Bryant. Clearance now falls to Charlie Morley. Can we get out here? Long ball in the channel towards Tashane Richmond. He's got a lot to do from this angle. He gets his strike away, but it's a good save from McCree. He had his angles covered very, very well. It's going to be Shashua to take the corner now. Deep one across. Singano's there. It's hit the base of the... Oh, no, it's a penalty. So this will be Lee Hursett to take. I'm not sure what happened. I think Singano got pushed, but even then, the header hit the base of the post and went out. We can go 2-0 up here, which will be massive for our goal difference as well. Oh, it's a great save from McCree. He picks the right side on the left, pushes it around the far post. I think we'll see a highlight of that. Shashua to take the corner now. So we maintain the pressure. And what a save that is from McCree. Guessed the right way, pushed it around the post. And unlucky for Lee Hursett. So Herne Bay have taken a 1-goal lead in their match against Greenwich Borough, which I am keeping a side eye on. Goal through Murphy in the 36th minute, which pushes them up to 2nd and pushes us up to top spot. But you can see Hythe Town and Greenwich Borough both have greater goal differences than we do. So you really want to hope we can go on here in the second half, turn the screws a little bit, get the extra goals to boost our goal difference. 13 shots, 6 on target, 63% of the ball, 2 shots, 1 on target, and 37% for 3 Bridges. I'm pleased with how things are going. Keep it up. No need to complicate stuff any further. Everyone's responded positively to that. Let's go on. Let's hit that extra gear. Let's finish some of these chances. Highlight here. Bryant to take the free kick. It hits the wall. Comes back out to him again. Switch out to Caulfield. Gets his... Oh, shit. He scored. 3rd goal of the season for him. Ryan Caulfield. I feel like Andy Cadwatts maybe would have done better with that one. Beat him at the near post. We'll check it out in 3 dimensions here. Bryant hits the wall and then just kind of runs sideways. No one comes out to him, so Ryan George should have closed that down quicker. And Caulfield with nothing to aim at still managed to put that one near post, top corner. Murphy should have done better. Let's immediately jump in and do our changes at the hour mark now. Alright, so 3 changes. Tom Humphrey will come off for Ross Gleed. Ricky Evans will come on for Lee Hursett. And Tashane Richmond will come up for Daniel Adji up top. Let's just passionately tell them, I'm looking for you to make the difference for us. I know you're capable. We've been the much better side here. We just need to find the goal to reflect our dominance. There is a highlight here. Shashua with the ball at the top of the box. Switch out to Humphrey, who we've just taken off. Puts a deep ball in. It'll come to Tashane Richmond eventually, who plays in George. Crossfield ball to Shashua, but he's not the best on in the air from his heading ability. I wonder how much that missed penalty is going to actually sting us from Lee Hursett if 3 Bridges can hold on to something here. Let's also use a shout. Let's demand more because it's old reliable. It usually works. So just like that, conceding that equaliser, we drop down to 6 spots, so out of the playoff positions entirely. Sittingbourne have taken a lead in their game, so they move up to 18 points. Herne Bay, Guernsey, Hythetown and Greenwich Borough making up the rest of the promotion places. If we can get a winner here, we will go back onto 16 points. We'll go to a +6 goal difference and back up into second spot. That is how tight and fine these margins are at this point of the season. This is a crazy even league. Sittingbourne have taken a 2-0 lead, so it looks like they're going to get themselves a point buffer today. Hythe conceded an equaliser which saw them drop below us, and we went back into 5th for a moment, but then Whiteleaf scored and they've gone above us again into 4th. We are just yo-yoing up and down this league table today. Alright, shouts. We've got 15 minutes remaining. I'm going to tell everybody to get creative. We have the individual quality out there to get past them today, but whether or not we have the application... Okay, so Singano's pressured by the feedback, but Morley, Shashua, Honesty and Adji are inspired by it. We need something from one of those front four. Herne Bay have taken a 2-0 lead against Greenwich Borough, which is good for us because that'll damage their goal difference just a little bit. We need to find... Oh, they've gone 3-0 ahead now, which is crazy. They've kind of come out of nowhere in the last 2 or 3 games. I didn't quite realise at the time how massive that Sittingbourne game was for us. We did lose at 1-0. But we were by no means torn apart or anything like that. Nobody's absolutely destroyed us this season. We've just more than anything had some frustrating defeats, which is a pain in the arse. Speaking of pain in the arse, this is going to be an absolute nightmare if we can't get past 3 bridges here, because these are the sort of games where you need to be picking up as many points as possible. We're going to tell everyone to show some passion and see if that's enough for them to get through and find this winner in the last few minutes. I'm reluctant at the moment to change our tactic. There's a temptation in me to move us to an attacking lineup and an attacking structure, but I'm not entirely sure if it'll get us the results that we want. 4 minutes to be added on by the referee here. Luke Bryant's also picked up an injury, which has seen him taken off, so they've gone down to 10 men for the last couple of minutes here. Scott Pollock's picked up a knock. We're getting into the last minute. We haven't seen a highlight in a good while, and we are now towards the end of the 4 minutes that have been added on. There's a highlight here, Stamped to take a free kick. The referee's called full time. It's 2 points dropped as far as I'm concerned, missing a penalty and then conceding a pretty weak goal. So we might look to bring in, for the Haringey Borough game, Haringey Borough, our more experienced lineup, because I think Andy Cade-Watts would have dealt with that one a little bit better. That's the sort of match we should be winning. Everyone's responded positively, which is, at least if you wanted to find some sort of positive nugget to take from it, a good thing that everyone's responded really well to it. Hashtag United miss chance to win. It certainly felt like that. 16 shots to their 6, 57% of the ball. Shashua ended up getting the player of the match with an 8.3. He's having a fantastic season. I think we need to poach more juniors from Tottenham on a regular basis. We'll praise his performance. Superb in the number and quality chances that he won. That missed penalty, that really stings quite a bit. It sees us go to 7th in the table, I think it was, or 8th. 7th in the table, 2 spots outside the playoff positions, and 1 point outside the playoff positions. 8 games played, 4 wins, 2 draws, 2 losses. Both losses we could have won. Both draws we really should have scored more than we did. So that's how tight those margins are. It sees Sittingbourne also go top of the division with 18 points, so they can get leapfrogged by Guernsey, who I think play Whitney tomorrow, or maybe they play Horsham. Something along those lines. Anyway, we have to switch our focus. We've got a massive game against Haringey Borough. Probably the biggest game in the history of the club thus far, not just because it's a derby, but because it's a Bill-based FA Trophy game. They'll be the highest division team we've ever played against, because I think they're 2 divisions above us. And as such, we're going to switch to our cautious mentality. Going to play a bit more of a counter-attacking style. It's more direct passing, only 3 instructions for each line. A little bit different for us. I think we're also going to probably rotate, bring in some of our more experienced heads to play this one, see how they get on, and use some of the youth to come off the bench and add that sort of youthful exuberance to the team. Magic of editing though, we're going to jump ahead to that game now. So just like that, we're a week ahead. I've accidentally jumped forward into the team talk, but we'll go through the 2 teams. I know we're underdogs here, but go out there and give these fans a performance to cheer for. Most people have responded well. Let's assertively tell our defence as well. I have faith in you. Get out there and make a difference. Now for our lineup, we're going with Cade-Watts in goal, bringing that experience back in. Humphrey will play left back. Singano is going to move across to right back so we can get Stamp and Akeem in at central defence. Hurst and Evans will anchor midfield. Shashura will play at the 10. Honesty on the left wing. Morley on the right. We need big Tashan Richmond to start firing. He's only got 1 goal this season for all the games he's played and all the wins we've had. If he can start firing and getting goals this season, it's going to do so much to boost us up and get us higher up this division and get us through this cup competition as well, which is absolutely massive. Looking at the Hurunji Borough team, they've got Bannister in goal, Matos and Deadfield as the fullbacks, Stefan Zubar, who I think is an ex-Wigan player, a very good player, and TJ Culpepper as their central defensive partnership. O'Connor Alanka midfield behind Bedford and Brown, Junaid McKenzie on the right wing, Noble on the left wing, Femi Akinwande as the striking option there, Denton Woods Wilson Jr., Ikeon Barre and Tony Owen. The first ever teams to play the Coles Park Derby against each other are in. They've got some really good players from what I can see, and they're doing all right, 2 divisions above us. So we're going to be the underdogs here. That's why we're going with our cautious tactic. But all we can do is kind of sit and hope at this point. I'm not sure why we didn't wear our yellow and blue kit. It wouldn't have clashed with their green, but it is what it is. Oh, unless the green's their away kit. Maybe we both wear blue, or maybe we both wear yellow. Highlight for us, Shashua to take an early corner. Comes out to Harry Honesty, out to Shashua again. Can he get the ball in? Richmond with the header. It's hit the post and come out. Matos scrambles it away. Noble might keep it in. Oh, good signs though. Very good signs. Go highlight again from a free kick situation. Brown to take and thankfully just over. Decent curl on it though. It came all the way back into play. Getting through 30 minutes now. We're not doing too badly. I'm going to hit demand more just because force of habit. I worry that they have gotten too used to me saying it, and if I don't say it at some point, they're going to freak out. Good amount of them are focused, which is good. We just need to try and get through the next 15 minutes without conceding. The longer this game goes on, the more they're going to try and attack, and the more space will be left in behind for us to counter-attack against. Around now, again, he's getting closer, but they are all sailing pretty much straight over the middle of the goal. I think Andy Cadwatts has had each of them covered so far. Nobody from either side really jumping out at the moment as playing particularly well. Most sitting around 6.6 to 6.7s. Our midfield seems to be doing okay, but it's Harry Honesty and Tashan Richmond that are struggling. Again, Tashan Richmond just not having a great season. We might have to look as we get closer to Christmas period, January, that sort of thing, and as we try and reduce our wage budget, bringing another striker in that's more suited to this level of football. 1 minute to be added on now by the referee. It's a very cagey Coles Park derby. And I dare say he's about to call half-time as well. But I'm pretty happy with how things are going. The referee brings the first half to a close. So they've had 7 shots, 3 on target, and 50% of the possession. We've had 3 shots, 1 on target, 50% ourselves. We are playing, in this cautious style, a more direct brand of football. So I wouldn't expect us to have 60% possession at home like we usually do. But still, very happy with how things are going. So I'm just going to say I'm happy with the performance so far. Keep it up. If not for the width of a post, we would be a goal up through Tashan Richmond. So hopefully if we just keep everybody happy, get them back out there as quickly as possible, they'll respond in kind and do well for us. We'll give, as always though, we'll give it probably like 15 more minutes and then we'll have a look at subs just based on performance and fitness and whatever else. We're going to make our 3 subs now with an hour gone. Ryan George will come off and Singano will move into centre back because Jamal Keane was just doing okay. Lee Hurst will come off for Scott Pollock to come on, and we're going to give Daniel Adji the chance to make himself a hero, with Tashan Richmond making way for him. So it's just purely based on current match rating. I know Harry Honesty's still struggling, but he's our best scorer, and Tom Humphrey's not having a great game either, but we don't have a left-back option to bring on. So we're also going to give them a team talk, and we're going to calmly say, I have faith in you, get out there and make a difference. 2 of them responded well, Scott Pollock and Daniel Adji, and I think now's also probably a decent time, once those subs are made, to also use our shout, tell everybody that we want to demand more, just so that they keep focused. They've had some pretty poor shouts from the sidelines. Their team seems disinterested at the moment. I think we're frustrating them quite a bit. At least to just shots from distance or set pieces is all we've seen really from them so far. And while we haven't really done much in terms of threatening the goal, I know Tashan Richmond hit the post earlier, at least we aren't, like flooded with chances for them or getting overpowered in terms of possessions or shots that they've had or anything like that. We go highlight. Cade Watts to take a goal kick. It's a long one forward towards Daniel Adji. O'Connor wins it back without a challenge. McKenzie now on the right wing. Someone needs to step to him and close him down. Instead he goes back to O'Connor. Forward now to Brown. Good tackle from Ricky Evans. Daniel Adji now, he's got an overlapping run for Harry Honesty. He can carry the ball if he needs to. He's got a backstick runner if he can find him in Charlie Morley. Cross the ball, Harry. Charlie Morley. 5th goal of the season for him. We've taken a lead in the first ever Coles Park derby. Harry Honesty with a fantastic assist there. That's why we kept him on. Oh, I'm wearing my pizza shirt. If we can hold on to this result, they're getting a pizza party. Honesty, fantastic run here. Just hangs it back up, and Charlie Morley arriving back stick exactly as he's supposed to. Keeps his width until the very last moment. Nobody tracks the runner. That is fantastic, fantastic counter-attacking play from us there. And well done, Daniel Adji, holding the ball up, playing Harry Honesty in. Melbourne summer is the toughest time to record videos like this because it's hot enough already without this sort of nerve-wracking game going on. Right, we're into the last 10 minutes now. I don't think there's anything really that we can do to change it. I'm reluctant to change our mentality or anything. We've used all 3 of our subs. I've used 2 successful shouts thus far. I think they're going to start pushing and getting frustrated in a moment. Only 1 yellow card between both sides, which is crazy. They've also only used 1 sub, which I think is insane given there's less than 10 minutes remaining. I'm not sure how much they've rotated their squad, if this is the squad that they usually use in their league fixtures, but we have coped with pretty much everything they've thrown at us so far. The only highlights we've seen are dead ball situations where they've knocked it over the top. Bryce Ngannou having a great game at the back. Ricky Evans having a decent game in midfield. Charlie Morley, of course, the goal scorer, currently leading with 7.3. Harry Honesty on a 6.9 as well, as is Shashua, who's having a fantastic year. 2 minutes to be added on by the referee. All we have to do now is hold on. There's a highlight with 90 seconds remaining. Oh, God. Mackenzie now on the right wing. Someone's got to step to him. It's a deep ball across. It's cleared away by Stamp. It'll come to Harry Honesty now. Can he release Daniel Adji through the middle? Instead, he goes back to Pollock, which is fine. Shashua now. Played inside to Adji, to Harry Honesty. Just keep the ball, Harry. Head to the corner flag if you want. Deep ball across to Charlie Morley. We've got a second. Charlie Morley, his 6th goal of the season. Harry Honesty with another assist. That is phenomenal, phenomenal football. Maybe we should be using this cautious mentality in our league campaign for a couple of weeks at least to get us through November and the Christmas period. Oh, Jesus, what a ball that is. Adji could have gotten there, but Morley again arriving back stick, getting goal side of his man. Fantastic finish for the young man. His 6th goal of the season. Oh, Jesus. Chaos. Anything could happen with that highlight. Surely this is the last highlight here. 20 seconds remaining. Ball played out to Woods. It's a long one forward, but Ngannou, as he has done all afternoon, tidies that one up. Morley now comes forward. Good crossfield switch. Harry Honesty's there, but Bannister comes out and claims pretty easily. That's the end of the 2 minutes, referee. Feel free to blow the whistle whenever you want. Mackenzie's going to go forward for it. It's gone out for a throw. Take your time, please, Tom. Tom Humphrey should take the throw, and as soon as he does, the referee should blow for full time. Yes, he does. A 2-0 win in the first ever Coles Park derby. That's absolutely insane. 12 shots, 6 on target, 46% possession. We ended up with more possession than them. 7 shots, 3 on target, and 54%. Charlie Morley with the double. Man of the match performance for him. What a massive victory that is for a team that I think is currently 1 division above us. They may be 2. I'm not 100% sure of the league structure. Oh, passionate. Let's tell them. That was really special, lads. Nobody gave you a chance, and you played it magnificently. Congratulations. Oh, they're very, very good. Maybe that's how we should be setting up in that cautious mentality now that we're playing in higher divisions. We're used to the previous 2 divisions where we just kind of swept the floor with every team that we came up against. Maybe what we need to be doing now is setting up with a bit more caution, playing a little bit more reserved at style, a little bit more direct once we're in possession, and then counter-attacking once we win the ball back. Rearguard action provides a memorable #United victory. Very, very true. Charlie Morley, of course, man of the match with his 2 goals. 65th minute, and then again in injury time as they pushed for an equaliser. We win it in the FA Trophy preliminary round. We get £3,000, which is absolutely fantastic. We need that cash. And Morley impresses for them. Let's quickly give him a bit of a boost for his 2 goals. Superb in front of goal. Thanks, big man, getting us through. Probably the biggest game of the series thus far and our best win. I am so thrilled with how that has gone. And I'm going to be honest, all I really want to do is get out there and play more games and get us through to the next episode. So that kind of covers off our October games. I think we'll come back for this massive, massive doubleheader here against Greenwich Borough and Guernsey. Greenwich are obviously in 6th at the moment, but we know how tight that league is. They are one of the better sides in the competition, as well as Guernsey, who are currently top. We are playing them at home. That will be a massive, massive fixture. So we're going to play Horsham, Pagham and Herne Bay away. Herne Bay at home. But we'll play them off screen. We'll come back for the Greenwich Borough game at the start of November and we'll go from there. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate the support. Comment in the comment section below. Celebrate our biggest win of the series thus far. Coles Park bragging rights are hashtag United from here until the next time we get drawn against them in the cup, or if we play them in the league next year. But until then, Coles Park is blue and yellow. Subscribe to the channel if you want to be kept up to date on future videos as they come out, or you can follow _FM on Twitter. Go and check out our key collaborators. Their links are in the description below. Go and check out hashtag United channel, of course. As always, though, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I'll see you guys again in the mixer, and don't forget to hashtag it.